Hey, we're out here backpacking right now, and I want to take a quick second to show you our new Shadowlight backpack, all of the features that went into it, and why this is going to be your new favorite ultralight backpack. So I've got Brigham here with me. He's our lead designer, and really most of the brains behind this backpack. We're backpacking in southern Utah right now, and I want to take a quick second to just dive into the pack. The pack, as far as what we set out to do with it, had a few specific things, right? Number one, we wanted it to be 2 pounds or less and really fall into that ultralight category. 2, we wanted it to be super comfortable, and 3, we wanted to build in as many features as we possibly could and keep it under that 2-pound mark. So we set to work and we tried to build in as many feature-rich features that we could and just keep the weight down as much as we can.
All of what you just said kind of makes the pack, increases the approachability of the pack, whether it's for a very experienced backpacker that already, is an ultralight backpacker, they have their system dialed down, or somebody that wants to just get into backpacking or ultralight backpacking. This will really get them off to a good start. So,
yeah. Sometimes when you get into that ultralight market, it's almost like a duffel bag on your back, and we did not want to design that. We wanted to build in usable features. We wanted to build in a comfortable frame. Here in Utah, even when you're packing with an ultralight base weight of 10 pounds, sometimes just the water carries can get you up to 25 pounds or more in a variety of terrain. And it's very easy to just sneak those weights up. And for things like that, we really needed a frame. So let's talk first about the frame and the materials. So right here you can see we have a frame that's extending. We've got load lifter straps. You're able to see that, but those are rising here above. What that's going to do is it's really going to allow you to shift the weight down to your hips and make a really comfortable ride, whether it's pretty light or heavy. I mean, we've had 30+ pound loads in here, and it's been extremely comfortable. This back panel, obviously, we actually have made that removable, so you can pull that out and use that as a seat cushion, trying to double up on some usability. And then let's talk fabrics.
Yeah, so fabric, we didn't want to just kind of source something that's in stock, right? So when we go to our manufacturers, a lot of times you can just say, we want a fabric in this weight category, maybe name a type of fabric or something like that, and they'll just kind of use what they have in bulk sitting in their warehouse. We really wanted to specify exactly what kind of fabric and what characteristics we wanted, because it's not a secret with ultralight materials, they aren't as durable as something that is a much heavier material, right? It's fabric specifically. So with that understanding, we wanted to have ultralight fabrics and an ultralight backpack using as strong and durable as fabrics as we can to meet our parameters. So we actually had some ideas, and then through some connections and being introduced to a new fabric mill, we kind of learned about an opportunity to just have fabric made exactly how we wanted it. And so
we kind of came from the perspective that we've seen Dyneema type fabrics, and we've seen robic type fabric, nylon, high tenacity, and we liked, both have pros and cons, but we really didn't love everything about Dyneema. We didn't really love, but we still liked it and what it could give you. And so like a plain nylon, high tenacity nylon, something like that, didn't fully excite us either. And that's why we were so excited when we were able to meet this fabric mill and custom make a fabric.
Yeah, so like Tayson was saying, like robic fabric is great. It has great strength to weight, great durability for its weight, but we just wanted a little bit more. We wanted more, basically. We wanted better. And so we were able to integrate spectra ripstop grid. So using spectra fibers, like where you would typically see on a fabric, like the crisscross pattern, that's the ripstop, right? Well, on our fabrics, that ripstop is a heavier denier fiber or yarn, but it's using a spectra fiber. So what that is an ultra high molecular weight polyethylene fiber as opposed to aerobic nylon fiber. And so it's, the kind of the cliche things that people talk about it's stronger than steel, it floats. Bottom line is it just takes a good fabric and reinforces it in a way that it takes the abrasion on the thicker ripstop grid, so that'll take bulk of the abrasion, but think of it as in terms of like a reinforcement of the fabric. So you have a sheet of fabric, but now it's now you're say taking like a chain link fence and bonding that to the fabric, and so it now becomes insanely strong. And so we're doing that with both weights of fabric. So where everything you see here on this prototype pack that's blue, that's a 100D robic base fabric with a 200 denier spectra grid ripstop. And then on the black, which is all the suspension, the hip belt, the bottom of the pack, and the bottom of the water bottle pockets and these side pockets, it's a 210 denier robic nylon fabric with a 400 denier spectra grid. So obviously that is so high wear areas have the best abrasion resistance, the most strength. Those are the areas where you might get a puncture or be more susceptible to a puncture, and so we wanted to reinforce those.
Yeah, so I mean, to simplify that a little bit more, essentially what you're getting is kind of the best of a Dyneema fabric and the best of a nylon fabric married together, and just gives you really good durability, but still really lightweight fabric. And so we're super stoked about that. We feel like it's going to create a much more durable, and it's proven to make a much more durable pack. And like I say, just keep this super, super light. So that's the fabric. Let's talk a little bit about some of the features, right? So the big thing is we didn't want a duffel bag on our back. We wanted something that had some features. So starting on the front here, we have very big hip belt pockets with a key clip inside of there. These are so big that sometimes I actually lose things in there. Sunscreen, all sorts of stuff that all stick in there, and they're just super, super useful. Turning the pack on its side, you've got two very big water bottle pockets. That's 1.5 liters, and you could fit another liter inside there, so full 2 liters or 2.5 liters using 2 separate bottles there. Up here, you've got just a small kind of stuff pocket. I've got my stove in here. On the other side, I've got a few other miscellaneous things that I just want close at hand, but it keeps them separate. And then we've used this top closure piece. This actually will help cinch the bag down at the same time that it locks your stuff inside of there. Coming around to the back, you've got these large flexible mesh pockets with a tougher bottom on them. And so you can, I mean, a lot of times I'll run my tent poles in there, or just other things like food is something I might want to grab really accessible, and just gives you a lot of great accessibility. Wet gear and stuff can go right there. The top of the pack, you have the ability to lash something to the top. This is a roll top bag as well, so you can expand or contract the bag depending on how much gear you have. You can really get it to hug your body. And then perhaps one of our favorite features that you just don't see on other ultralight backpacks is a full-length zipper here to just quickly and easily grab gear out and zip it back up. That's something that we had on our original Rhyolite pack, and once you have a full-length zipper like that, it's really hard to get away from it because it's so simple to just grab things that you might need. If your stove's in the bottom, zip those both down, crack that open, pull out what you need, and zip it back up. It creates just a ton of accessibility, but it also just, you know, to be ultralight doesn't need to always be barbaric. And so some of these features and things we've built in just turn out to add a lot of value to the pack in our opinion.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, kind of to touch a little bit on what you mentioned about adding features, we wanted to make a pack that offered more options than just a single bucket with a stretch mesh pocket on the back and 2 water bottle pockets, because if we can meet all the parameters of the pack and have the option of, say, putting a first aid kit on the outside, or putting a water filter on an outside pocket, basically now on the trail you can have anything that you would access throughout a long day, say a 15-20 mile day. Water filter here, maybe you could stick a rain jacket in one pocket, water bottle or on the exterior pockets. Next day you get a lot of condensation in your tent, so you throw your tent down one of these. One of these mesh pockets will hold a 2-person tent. so you could separate your fly from your floor, let the mesh, let the tent air out a little bit. Basically just adding options. If you don't want to use certain things, then you don't have to put anything in there. And then basically we just wanted to add features that were meaningful instead of just adding pockets to add pockets or add zippers to add zippers. We wanted every single thing that we added to this pack to be meaningful and actually functional in a realistic way.
Which it's proven to be so. We've given this to brand new backpackers. We've given it to a handful of people inside and outside the office. And it's crazy how quickly all of them organize things and like the layout and find things. And so it's just very intuitive. And that's something that I've just been very happy with, is I can give this to someone who's never touched the pack before. They can have it loaded in a few minutes and just inherently know how they want it to be. So yeah, the features of the pack I think are really good. I think you'll really enjoy them and how inherently useful they are. The pack itself is going to come in two sizes, a 60 and a 45 liter. It comes in 3 torsos and 3 hip belt sizes. So you can watch that, and then we'll have this also in 2 colors. So we just wanted to give you a quick rundown of the backpack, show you a little bit of the behind the scenes information on the pack. This is going to be an amazing pack for you. I know that you're going to really enjoy it. It is going to have, also one thing I just noticed here, it does have water bladder capability, so we'll thread one of those out as well. So that's a quick overview of our Shadowlight backpack. We're super stoked about it. We know that you guys are going to love this, so go ahead and grab yours right now and start enjoying the 2-pound base weight ultralight backpack with actual convenient and useful features right now.